In last class, we have discussed about that how you are going to analyze the topics, and after that, how you are going to make short notes on those topics. So today's class will be just the continuation of the same thing, in which I will be telling you about how to make the short notes or how to make mind maps for quick revision. Now, why this class is highly required for all of you? Because if you see why most number of students fail, why fail in prelims, you will see most very huge percentage of students fail in prelims exam. Why this happens? Because they lack in revision, they don't revise properly. So the one primary reason for the failure in prelims exam is because of lack of revision. Lack of revision. So now why there is a problem with the revision? What problems they face while revising their notes or while revising their content? Because the most important reason for the failure to revise is that the structure of the notes, whatever they have prepared, or the structure of the content they have prepared throughout their studies is not appropriate. This is the first problem because of which they fail to revise it. Suppose, for example, when we were taking classes, so the duration of your class for prelims exam may be 4 months or 5 months, at max 6 months. In this duration, we provided you with notes, we provided with you video lectures. While watching the video lectures, you made running notes and so on and so forth. So you made, now in this process, you have collected a bulk of notes. And if you try to revise those notes which you have prepared throughout the exam during prelims exam, then it is impossible to revise all those huge bulky information. You have to make revision notes through mind maps just before prelims exam. Clear? So you should start just right now. You cannot start 15 days before prelims exam that you are going for note making and all those kind of things. Also, that time is not appropriate. You cannot do anything in 15-20 days. That is the time for tests. Taking tests, then correcting your mistakes, whatever topic you are getting a lot of problems, you will read those topics. So that is that time period in which you cannot go for note making. So here we have to start our own note making in our style, that is around 2-3 months before the prelims exam. So as I recommended in last class, that you should make one copy for every subject. That copy has to be very thin, not extremely thin like 2-page copy you are going to make, not like that, but an average copy. And in that copy, you will be making short notes from the topics which are highly relevant for exam, which are often coming in exams repeated number of times. So in today's class, I will tell you that how you are going to make a mind map or how you are going to make your notes more effective with examples and all of that. Clear? So now I am not here with the question because already I have discussed that how you are going to do the PYQ. So your first task number 1, you have to go step by step. First, you do the PYQ analysis with the same methodology which I told you yesterday. Identify the topics first. Through PYQ analysis, you have to identify the repeating topics. Identify the repeating topics. That which topics are more likely getting repeated in all the exams. So now in last class I told you about this, that you have to find all the repeating topics. Now once you get all the topics listed, you make a list first. You have to, in the second stage, make a list of all the topics. all the topics. And in third stage, so here all the topics means related to all the subjects. So here you will make a list of topics which are coming in geography. Here you will make the list of topics which are coming in history, Meghalaya section, polity, economy. So here topic wise, subject wise you have topics. Then with those topics in your separate copies, you might get 5 to 7 copies you have to make. So for example, there is history copy. So in history copy you have to prepare mind maps for quick revision. And these mind maps will contain lot of fact and lot of information. It is a short note, but it's short means you doesn't cut the content. You doesn't just cut down the value addition part. You don't do that. Short note means do not write long sentences unnecessarily. Do not focus on grammar, because here you have to solve MCQ. No need to focus on the grammar part right now here. You got? Do not do writing practice with prelims exam. For writing practice, we have separate session that we will conduct later. No need to go here with the writing part. So now I will tell you how to make the mind maps for quick revision for various subjects or the various topics. Okay. So just let's start quickly without wasting time. For example, the first subject may be history. So in history, you may have come across a list of topics. For example, the topics which I discussed in the last class was basically Mauryans. So Mauryans, or for example, another topic, Buddhism. These are broad topics from which questions are asked. There will be subtopics. For example, from Buddhism, they have asked questions from Buddhist literature. They can ask this question. There can be that. But first, broad topics, you have to list that from these topics, questions are regularly, frequently asked in exam. Clear? And today, I will take one example. For example, Mauryans. Then how you are going to make a mind map for effective revision. Clear? So let's start with the topic of Mauryans. And for Mauryans, I am going to draw the mind map. So in center, you have to write like this, that these are the Mauryans. Clear? Take the copy, in the center, write Mauryans in one page. Then just after Mauryans, you write their timeline of ruling, that from this period to that period, Mauryans were ruling. For example, they ruled between the period of 323 BC to 185 BC. Now this is one information from which one question can be made, that when the reign of Mauryans began or when Chandragupta became king. So if Chandragupta is becoming, then he will be the first king. So simply after this, no need to write anything, directly write the name of two rulers. The first ruler who will found the dynasty, and here write the name of the last ruler during whose tenure dynasty ended. So for example, here the name of Chandragupta will come. Chandragupta, Maurya. And here, just after this, you write the name of Brihadratha. So just think of this small mind map. Now you have lot of information within this. How lot of information? Because the Mauryans started in 323 BC. The first king becomes this, Chandragupta. He is the founder. Then Mauryans ended in 185 BC. The last king is Brihadratha. This was the question asked in MPSC exam last year. Clear? And the whole Mauryan tenure is 323 BC to 185 BC. So this is the first piece of information going in the mind map. Then you write the name of other rulers simply like this. You just extend this table like this. Not the table, but the mind map. So for example, you write the list of people here, Chandragupta, then there is Bindusar, and then there is Ashok. And you can simply write down their dates also in right sides. For example, here you can write 305 to 269 or 273 BC, here 269 BC to 232 BC. So there you have to write small, in a small section, dates also. Then on the left side, you just make small arrows like this and write the works or write important things associated with them. For example, with Chandragupta, he is the founder. Then which dynasty he defeated? So simply write down defeated Nanda dynasty. Defeated Nanda dynasty. So now there is another piece of information, defeated Nanda dynasty. Then same Chandragupta, he accepted Jainism during the end of his life, accepted Jainism. A small information. Within this piece of area, the whole story of Chandragupta is covered. No need to write like this. For example, some good students are also doing the same mistake. They are writing in paragraph. So what they will do, they will write that Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta, and do not write like this, because while revising, you cannot revise this entire text written in this format. It is already written in your notebook while we are taking all the classes or while we are reading all the notes which we have provided. It is already written there. This is the homework which we have to do. And then come down to Bindusar. So he was, what are the things associated with Bindusar? Wherever you are finding, you can write that he was called as Amitro Chets. His name was that. He is the ruler associated with murder of Kautilya. Though it is unproven, but he is associated with that. Then now here Kautilya's name came. So who is Kautilya? So write down, he was master of Chandragupta. He was master of Chandragupta and he was murdered here. Kautilya, he written Arthashastra. Arthashastra. Now the Arthashastra name came. What is Arthashastra? It is a book on statecraft. Book on statecraft, where very detailed information related to state is given. There are 15 books in it. Clear? You can add more piece of information there. So here Bindusar has these things associated with it. Then Bindusar is also associated with export-import or foreign relations with neighboring states. Foreign relations. So he is known for foreign relations. And then Ashok. Now Ashok is known for Kaling War. Kaling War. Ashok is associated with Buddhism. Expansion of Buddhism throughout the different parts of the world. And where expansion takes place. So Buddhism is expansion, and this expansion was done in Sri Lanka side. Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. So here again there will be lot of information. Now Ashoka is associated with Mauryan art and culture. Mauryan art, in which there will be, he is related to pillar art. So here write down the name of important pillars. And those, for example, pillar of Sarnath, the lion capital of Sarnath is the national emblem of the country. Are you getting it or not? So here you can add this kind of, this is called as mind map, in which you are having a whole lot of information just clumped together in a small area in just one page. This is the way you have to make mind maps for most effective revision. So this is related to history. And let us start with geography. So if you see geography questions, then you might have found mind maps in geography, which is very easy again. So for example, in geography, there might be questions on rivers. Every time, river is a very important topic. Rivers of Northeast are most important topics. So suppose there is a river, for example, Brahmaputra, it is a massive river there. And in Assam, it is almost worshipped. It is worshipped throughout India, but in Assam, it is directly associated with the culture of Assam. Anyway, it is a very important river for Northeast. So suppose Brahmaputra. So how you are going to study Brahmaputra? So again, you write the name of Brahmaputra in center, and other rivers also, you have to keep the names in center. And I am just giving you example that how you are going to study Brahmaputra, and similarly you can study 2-3 rivers which are flowing in Northeast, which are very, very important. Some river will be flowing from Meghalaya, and which is the most important river there. So you have to take the name of that river, and then you have to prepare your mind map according to the way I am preparing here. So for example, Brahmaputra. So first thing comes in mind whenever there is a river. So what is the source of Brahmaputra? So first thing will be source. So for example, source will be your Mansarovar lake. Mansarovar lake. The source of Brahmaputra and Indus are same. They both originate from Mansarovar. One flows eastwards, another flows westwards. Clear? And the concept of this Brahmaputra is the most ancient river. It is a male river, but the origin of Indus and Ganga is after Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra was the original river called as Indo-Brahman river. When Indian subcontinent was moving northwards just after separating from Africa, when India was moving its journey towards northeast, there was only one river, which was Indo-Brahman river. Clear? So from this Indo-Brahman river, after it collided with Eurasian plate, then the next river originates. Clear? So anyway, so how to study Brahmaputra? First will be source. Then you can find about its mouth. So its mouth, are there delta formation? Because on the mouth, either there will be estuary formation or delta formation. So it is a massive river, it is a perennial river, so it will create some delta. And the west flowing rivers create estuaries. Okay, because they flow from Western Ghats and go and enter into the Arabian Sea at a very shorter distance. So it is going in Bay of Bengal finally, and at the mouth it is meeting with Ganga. Before that, it is meeting with Ganga and creating Sundarban Delta. It is a massive delta. Now, this is the basic thing. Now you have to write about the length, then length in India, because it is an international in character. So some part it will be going in Tibet, China, some part there will be in India. So length altogether, total length, then length in India. Clear? You have the data that what is the length in India. Then important or the point of entry in India. Point of entry in India. So you have to know from which district it is entering into India, and it is from in which state. Then after that, some major cities it passes. That who are the major cities it is passing. Clear? Definitely it will be passing from some important major cities. So you have to know the name of those. Then from, is there any kind of fair and festival associated with it? Fair and festival, that means the cultural significance of Brahmaputra river. If there is a fair ongoing on the banks of river Brahmaputra, or a festival organized because of the river Brahmaputra, or anything cultural relation with Brahmaputra will be there. So there can be a list of festivals celebrated in Assam, festivals celebrated in Arunachal. So there can be a list of festivals. Then the left bank tributaries, and right bank tributaries also, right bank tributaries. Then are there any kind of hydroelectric projects over it? Hydroelectric projects or some major dams constructed over it? So there can be some Indian dams constructed, or there can be some major dams or which are international in character. So there can be some dams created by China also, or hydroelectric project created by China also. So is there some kind of national park which is coming in the way of Brahmaputra, or which is situated around Brahmaputra? So some national park it is crossing, national park or something like that. Then if you are more serious about it, then you can go for catchment area. What is the catchment area over it? And if you are further more serious, then in the catchment area, which is called as river basin area. So in the entire river basin, if there is a national park, any species found in Brahmaputra which is endangered species of Brahmaputra. So whole idea is to have lot of information in just one single space. This is called as mind map. You cannot go and write everything, because if you want to write everything in paragraph here, it will consume 5 pages because of the English grammar and everything introduced into it. Don't do it, because this is the problem, because of all the students are failing. You cannot revise all that piece of information. Okay, that is not a revision material. And you will say that why I am telling you to prepare this mind map, because if you prepare your own mind map, then only you can revise it. If I provide you my mind map, then that will not be very effective, because that is prepared by me. So based on your idea, you have to be creative with all this. You have to be smart. Are you getting me or not? So this is the thing which you have to do secondly. Then you can come up with different subjects. So we talked about 2 subjects. Then there can be economy. Economy is there. In economy also you will see various repeating type of questions. For example, RBI. Now RBI is a repeating, Reserve Bank of India, it is a repeating topic. Or scheduled commercial bank, functioning of scheduled commercial bank, it is also a repeating topic. Foreign Regulation Act. So there can be lot of topics from economy which are repeating always. And in this year's exam also this question will come. So first you have to do the PYQ analysis, then try to find out which topic is the most important topic. So for example, this is RBI. Then how RBI was formed? Formation. What is RBI Act? Both are related to each other, but what is RBI? Then what is the nature? What is the job of RBI? What are the powers of RBI? Powers. What are the restrictions on RBI? If there is any restriction, or if there is any limitation over it. Limitations. Then how RBI director is selected or appointed. Appointment of directors. Then removal of directors. So again there can be lot of things. What it controls, what it cannot control, what are its important guidelines. So you can have it. Once you start doing it, do not worry that you have not added some piece of information which might come in exam. No, if you are in a habit of making mind maps and if you are very serious about it, then automatically you are having a very good edge over the other aspirants. You will feel the difference. After 1 month of practicing, daily you make 1 mind map for any subject, or 2 mind maps or 3 mind maps daily. Then within 2-3 months you are collected with 90 to 100 topics, and it will be very easy for you to solve the questions. So in one day If you are studying for 7 hour, 8 hour, then in one day you can complete 10, 12 mind maps easily. Because for making one mind map, it will take 1 hour, 1.5 hour, not more than that. This thing you have to do in your copies. Clear? Same thing with science tech. When I will take the class, I will tell you more, but science tech again, nuclear fission, you do the same thing. You make more number of mind maps, as much mind maps, as much it is possible. Then you come to Meghalaya section. So now, while making a separate copy for Meghalaya, I already told you earlier that you have to make a separate copy for Meghalaya. So polity of Meghalaya, economy of Meghalaya, history of Meghalaya, for that separate sections you make in the same copy. And then discuss. So now I am giving you two homeworks. One homework is that you have to prepare the list of repeating topics which you will find out after the PYQ analysis. I want to just make sure that you are also creative enough. You are not spoon-fed by me. Because if I am doing the spoon feeding, I am preparing everything, then you cannot clear this exam. Let me tell you what is coaching first. Coaching. I am your coach. So what I will do for you, and you are an aspirant, so just take it like a boxing match. So if I am a boxing coach and you are a boxing student, so who will face the competition? Actually, you have to face the competition, not me. You have to fight that boxer. So I can only tell you that while doing exercise, you have to do this exercise. You have to take this diet. You have to manage yourself like this. This is my duty as a coach. I cannot exercise on your behalf. Just remember this thing. I cannot fight your matches. But the problem here is that students don't understand the role of a coach in their life. I am not a teacher, like a regular university teacher. They don't care about anything. Even some university teacher will never recognize you also. But I am here as a coach. I will tell you how to do it. But the problem is you have to do it. And if you are not doing it, then how can I get you selected? People expect that no, you are the coach, you do the exercise and you fight the match. That is not practical. So I told you, if I gave you some homework, then you have to do it at any cost. It's not like that I will come here and scold you daily like you are kids, school going children. No. Submit these things as soon as possible. So first is your list, how comprehensive list you make. Then I will tell you that you should make a change in your list. You should add these things also. And after your list is complete, so this list will consist of suppose 100, 200 items or 100, 120 things, maybe lesser. Then it is our duty to create the mind maps next one by one. So first prepare one mind map and then show it to me. If I think that is correct, then I will tell you to continue with that. If the mind map which we are preparing in your copy, if that is not sufficient enough, then I will tell you how to correct it. Which information you should add into it. Everything you submit to me. Okay. Before mains, I provide mains master notes always in every batch, every course. We have more than 65 batches. In everywhere we will provide it. If you come up to because in prelims level, you have to be lucky. You have to do effort on your own. In mains exam, both of us will do the effort. Clear? If you pass prelims, then mains is my guarantee. The major challenge is in prelims exam. Prelims you will fail. In mains, I will not let you fail. You got it? I want at least 100 students who have cleared prelims there. Seats are low, seats are around 30. I want all of you, all of my students to get into those seats. You got it? After that, there is nothing to do. So do not worry about the final, that I will do this thing about final selection. No, no, this is the first thing. So the next thing, one by one, we will draw the mind maps. Clear? So today's homework is this. You give me the list of all these things as soon as possible within 2-3 days, and then I will tell you to make the mind map. You make one mind map and submit it to me. Then I will tell it's okay. Then go on to next. So now next prepare 10 mind maps and then submit to me. Clear? So this is what we are going to do right now. So this is your second class, in which first class was PYQ analysis, how you are going to do it. Second thing is, with that analysis, what is the next step? Next step is mind maps for effective revision. There, if I have told you to make like this or something like this, then if you have a better idea that if I write in this way, then I can revise in more effective. If you have a better idea, then you can show it to me. But do everything, because these are the notes which you can prepare just now, not after, just before the exam. You can prepare your notes. You will be very, very confused after that. So here, as of now, there are only 2 classes for this prelims exam, and after that, sometime later, I will take third class, in which I will tell you how to solve PYQ through option elimination technique. What are those techniques? I will tell you in that class. That will take time. Once after the exam is announced, I will come into that, and till that we will finish with environment ecology and other paper. So I was about to start environment ecology today, but no, we will start it in next class. That is that may be tomorrow. So I will choose that whether environment ecology or science tech will be started. So I will have to look that from which section more number of questions are coming. Based on that, I will start any of the topic. Clear? So you go on with this, and then finally, after we complete everything, we again start the revision process as well as test series. Clear? So if you have any doubt so far, you can simply ask me.